This is the continuation of the previous video. So this is how your title should look. So what I have given how to present effectively is the title of my presentation. So I have given it in a bold and highlighted way, and I have used a very large font size. And remember that you have to use a very large size for your title. And below the title of the presentation, it is very important to have your name, department or designation, because even at your workplace you have to specify this, because the audience might be sitting in some other place and might be listening to your presentation. So he should have an idea of which department or which designation you belong to. Let us assume you are a student. What you will do? So you will have your particular topic. Below that you will provide your name, the year, the college, and before your college what will come? Your department. So all this should be needed. And if it is a project presentation, what will be there? You will have to provide the guide's name. Clear? So all this will be there. And see, throughout the presentation you have to have the same font type you are using. If you are using Times New Roman, means you have to use the Times New Roman throughout the presentation. If you are using Arial Black, Arial, or whatever font you are liking, you can use it. But see to that you are using the same font name. And regarding the font size, your title should have one font size, and your name and department and designation should have one font size. Clear? Now I think this is how your title slide should look. After that, what you have to do? So overview will have. So here I am having definition. So usually what you will do before presenting a topic, you will have the definition or the introduction to the particular topic. So you can have that. And title 1, title 2. So I have up to 5 titles and I have listed it here. So from the overview slide, what you have to take care is that you have to have the footer. So in footer, what you will be there? The title of your presentation and the slide number. See, I earlier mentioned that if an audience is having a particular doubt in a slide, he can ask. So having a slide will guide him in a way that he can refer to the particular slide number and he can ask us doubt. So this is what is all about the slide overview slide. So you should have an footer of footer should have the title and the slide number. And be very careful is that this title size should be very different and the content font size should be very different. Okay, don't need to have the similar, because that will only make your presentation very neat. Yeah, so same if you're having if you're following a particular font size for a title, means throughout the presentation you have the same font size for all the titles. Okay, so this is how a neat presentation will look. So I'll move on to the next slide. So next slide is, as I mentioned, it is the introduction, definition, or whatever is there, a brief introduction on the topic. So earlier I mentioned you shouldn't read out the point. In case of definition or the introduction, so mainly definition is what it is said by some author. So in case of definition, you can just read out it, so that this is how the term has been defined as you can tell. So it is you can use the definition and tell that, and you can break that into a simple language and tell the meaning to the audience. Okay, so a definition should be in the same way that has been given by the author. So here also I have included the footer size, footer of footer, that is having the title, slide name, and the number of the slide. Okay, so I'll move on to the next slide. So next slide also, see, I have included the title 1. So brief description of the content and what are the points listed. So each point should have a one-line elaboration. See, if your content is having a 2-3 line paragraph, don't include all the line in the point. You have you select the one particular line or the 2 particular lines that is very important. You have to add it as the point. If it is a paragraph, means then the point will look like a bigger paragraph and the slide will look very bigger, and the audience will think oh god, the point itself is very large, I don't know how I'll understand. So it is very important that you have to have only one line elaboration or a very 1 to 2 line elaboration. Clear? Next one, next slide. So see, why I have included this is that let us assume speaking about the emergence of artificial intelligence. In that alone, you will have point 1, point 2, point 3, and point 4. Maybe the history of artificial intelligence is going to speak about 2 different points. So what you will do? So don't just keep on writing the point in that point below that point itself. What you have to do, below the point 4, you have to include point 1 and point 2, and you have to have a different bulleting point, so that it will make a clear note that the point that has been referred here is very different, and it comes under point 4. Clear now? So I'll move on to the next slide. So this is how title 3, I have included title 3 in this bulletin point, is that because while choosing this tick point and the numbering bulletin points, we have to be very careful. So where we will use the tick point is that if a particular thing like goals that has been achieved by the artificial intelligence means 1, 2, 3, 4, it has achieved 4 goals, means you have to list it like in a tick bulletin point, so that the audience will be able to, okay, all the points have been achieved. So this will able to reach the audience in a better way, that okay, all the points have been, all the goals have been achieved. So if you are going to talk about the characteristics, something like that, means you can use this tick bulletin points. Otherwise, the bulletin points you are using in the slide is of your choice. So next title. So from here on, there is one more point you remember. While presenting a topic, let us assume you have some continuation. So what you will do is that don't ever mention the same title for all the slides. So what you are going to do is that you will mention title 4, and then you will have continuation to the next slides, and then continue the points. Okay, no need to have the title slide for everything. You can just have it as continuation, and you can list the points. As I said, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points can be listed for what? If you are talking about some objectives or something, so you can have it as like, see, I have given in my previous slide. So let us see objectives of artificial intelligence, means what are the objectives. So point 1 is the one objective, point 2 is another objective, point 3 is another, and likewise all the points will follow. Then likewise, it is a bigger topic, means you break the slide as first slide should have the title, and the next slide should have what? Continuations. Okay, and that's this is all. So let us assume you are going to speak about 2 different topics, means let us assume I am going to speak about teams and groups. Now what I'll do, I'll have teams for one side and groups for one side, and I will differentiate into various points and gesture. I think most of you will be very clear with that. So this is the particular layout when you are going to talk about 2 different points, like advantages, disadvantages, merits and demerits of artificial intelligence, advantages of computer emergence, disadvantages of computer emergence, means you will choose this particular layout, and you will list it, and you will present it. So this will reach the audience in a better way. Okay, now next point is that next moving on to the next slide. As I said, question slide should be there, so that if the audience is there, if someone who is going to listen to the particular topic, let us assume you are presenting your thesis or your project, means when you are having your question slide, means the audience, the listener, like a guide or the main person who is overseeing it, will have some questions or doubts to be clarified, and he will ask the particular questions in this section. So give ample time for this sections for them to ask the questions, and you also be prepared to answer them. Clear? And thank you slide for listening to it. So as I mentioned, very key point is that you have to have a catchy, very catchy title. You have to have a confident, you have to be a confident presenter. You have to meet and read the audience. You first of all, you should be thorough with the knowledge of what you are presenting, and then give ample space between all the slides, so that the audience will listening, and he will be able to, if he is noting a particular point also, he can note it, and if he is able to ask a doubt also, he can ask it. So give ample time between each slide, and be a confident presenter, and don't lose the confidence. And very important point is that don't ever read what is all the content in the slide. make a point that make the sentence a very simpler way that you are able to understand, and then tell the audience so that he will understand it in a better way. Don't ever read the points that are given in the presentation. So this is how a presentation should look. So clear? I think you are clear now. Thanks for listening to me. Please do subscribe to the channel, like, share, and press the bell icon. Thank you.